Alright, hello. I heard you need to make a trigger volume to go from one level to another level. Well, that's what this is. As you can see, I have one Unreal level. It is just the starter level in the third-person map. I did, however, create this little walkway here to this little doorway here. And as you see, you can just fall right off. Okay, so we want to make a trigger volume that can allow us, once we enter this archway or doorway, when we cross this section, it'll transport us to our next level. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what you can do is in your 3D space in Unreal here. Again, this is the third person template, and I've created this archway, I've created this little walking path, but what you can go up here to the little quickly add to project button, go down to volumes, and then go down to what is called a trigger volume. And when you add this in, it'll be a empty space, just a cube, a wireframe cube, and you can position this wherever you need to place this. And I can scale this up and scale it down in the x-axis a little bit, translate this over into the x-axis, maybe out to here. So when I cross through this archway, if I translate it out in Y, you'll see that the volume is right about here. So let's push it back out a little bit more. So I'll enter the archway about halfway, and then the trigger volume will take effect. And I can actually go into my wireframe view here, and you can see this volume that I have selected. So it's called trigger volume. I'm just going to click on it over here in the outliner. I like to name things 01, 02, and so forth, just in case if I have another trigger volume I want to put in my scene. And I will name that trigger volume underscore 02 or trigger volume 02, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So we are back in lit mode here, and if I play my level, as you can see, as I load in, goes up here, jump up, and I cross through, nothing happens. Well, that's because I have to add in some functionality. In this case, I will go to my blueprint, my level blueprint, and we are going to create a level blueprint with this trigger volume. So here is your blueprint window that I opened up. As you can see here, it's called level blueprint. Nothing exists within this level. I can right click in this empty space. Just ignore the UAID. Not sure why they're showing up in this case. But however, we do have a trigger volume. I have my trigger volume selected. That is pretty important to understand. You have to have your volume selected. You can right click, and when you do that, you get an option to add event for trigger volume. If I turn off case sensitive, I'm not going to get that option, and it's going to be a bit harder for me to set up. So maybe in this case, just make sure that the context sensitive is checked on. Open up add event for trigger volume, go to collision, and we want to add on actor begin overlap. So when we have add actor begin on overlap, we can go ahead and cast this to a third person we can cast it to our third person character. and then we can do a test, and let's do maybe a print string test, and in this case we can just say hello, or we'll change this to transport to new level. Okay, compile, save, and we do have an error. We need to connect our other actor to the object here. We can compile again. It should get rid of our error. We can save again, and I'm just going to pull this away from my main screen, and I can go ahead and click play. And when I play, I will be in control of my player character here. I'll run up, and as I enter this volume, we've got a message up there that says transport to new level. Might be able to hard to see because this is in a higher resolution. But that message in the top left, if I keep going out and then back in the volume, transport to new level. So we do know that it is working. So doing a print string like this with some text can help you debug things and make things a little bit easier for you to understand. We can go back to hello, compile, save, and then if I do the whole process all over again, quickly jump up, go over, and then the message will change to hello. So cool. We got that down. So now let's go ahead and have our player character transition to a new level instead of this level. So what do we need? We need 2 levels. I'm just going to minimize. Well, I'll just move this to the side again. We have our level 1 right here. But it is not called level 1. It is called third person map. But I need a second level. I do not have any more levels. This is the default third person map right here, and it's titled level. You can filter on levels right here, and then levels, as you can see, is also color coded. It's this darker kind of yellow orange color. So I can either, in my content browser, which I can access via control spacebar, or I can just pull this off and I can have a dedicated UI specifically for my content browser, which is what I like. I've got 2 different screens, so I just usually pull this one off to the other screen, so I can view all my different content, all the different content that exists in my project. I can right click in the content browser and I can create a level, and I can name this level 2. But if I do that, it has nothing in it, and in order to put something in there, I would have to double click this guy and then start creating boxes and some geometry to actually start creating my content. But for the sake of this video, what we're going to do, instead of creating a blank canvas or a blank level, I'm just going to go up to File, go to New Level, and when I do that, I get this option box right here, and I have the option to create a open world level, an empty open world level, a basic level, or just the empty level if I was to create it within the content browser. I'm just going to select basic, I'm going to hit create, and when I do that, I get all the basic content, I get my directional light, I get my player start location here, and that's pretty much what I need. It is untitled, so I need to save my current level. And where would I like to put this? I want to try and keep all my levels located in its proper folder. So currently I have the default third-person map here. It's under third person. If I click in that, click in maps, you'll see it there. So I'm just going to point to the directory where I want it to go, and I'm going to call this level 2 or level, we can do underscore 02. But if you have multiple levels, up to 10, maybe 10, let's just do 02. Underscore 02. It's good to either do camel case, which would be level map. You always capitalize the next word, or you would do an underscore, put map 02, something like that. But in this case, we'll just do level underscore 02, and then I will save. And then when I do that, you see it populate within my content browser here. So now we just need to go back to my third person map. I will double click this icon to bring me back here. And I will open up my level blueprint. And I have my trigger volume. So now I want to get rid of the print screen. And after selecting my print string here, I can just hit delete. And I can pull this out and then do open level by name. And then click on that. And now I have a blueprint node specifically for opening levels by name. And then I can type in my level 2, and you do need to word this exactly the way this file is named. So what I can do is I can just click once on here, right click, go to copy, click in here, right click, go to paste, level 2, hit enter, compile, save. Maybe just do a save all on everything really quick. And I'm going to drag this over here on my other screen really quick so you don't see it. But now, when I click play, I enter my first level, and I climb up here, and I go across, and I walk through. It transports me to my second world, which has nothing in it. And it is up to you, the creator, the developer, to start creating your second world. But that is the general idea. All right, thank you very much.